Last week, Umar Johnson participated on a live panel on Fox Soul hosted by Tammy Mack, and the name of that particular stream was called "Is There a War Against Black Men?" Now, on that particular live stream was another man by the name of Dewan Brown and Cynthia G and Hope Giselle. Now, we all know about Cynthia G, but very little, at least to me, was known about Hope Giselle. Apparently, the individual was giving really good, some good commentary here and there. I didn't agree with everything that Hope Giselle was saying, but it was brought to my attention that Hope Giselle is a trans activist. And okay, it's not so much of a big deal, I guess. But I think the big issue is that Hope Giselle was born a man and then became a woman. And so on the podcast, Dr. Umar Johnson was not aware of that. And of course, Dr. Umar Johnson always wants to say, you sisters are beautiful black queens and things like that. It's something that, even I might say, she's an attractive looking young lady. Even if she might not be that, I'll say that just, for shits and giggles sometimes here on YouTube. So Umar was quite upset to find out that Hope Giselle was a man in the prior life, okay? So once that happened, Umar Johnson released this particular video clip that we're going to play right here.
To know that I'm on a panel with a surgically altered black man. Because if I would have knew that I was on a panel with a surgically altered black man, if I would have knew that I was on a panel with a surgically altered black man, my conversation might have been different. My analysis might have been different. My critique might have been different. My insight might have been different. You want to bring a surgically altered male to the conversation? No worries, because intellectually, nobody can handle me. Intellectually, nobody can handle me. So if you want to bring a surgically altered male, no disrespect, but don't you think you have a right to tell me? Do your guests have a right to be informed? That's all I'm saying. Don't have me thinking I'm talking to a woman. Don't have me thinking I'm talking to a woman. Don't have me think I'm talking to a woman and I'm having a conversation with a surgically altered male. That's all. No disrespect. Just let me know. Hope Giselle, I ain't got nothing against you, bruh. Hope Giselle, I ain't got nothing against you, bruh. Hope Giselle, I ain't got nothing against you, bruh. I'm simply saying I had a right to know. That's all. I'm not going to disrespect you. I have no interest in disrespecting you. I'm just saying I had a right to know that you were a surgically altered male. That's all.
So that is Umar giving his thoughts on Hope Giselle. Now, Hope Giselle has responded in kind, in somewhat of a very brutal way. And I would say, it's very much different than Hope Giselle's response on Fox Soul. So guys, I will let you listen to it and then we'll come back.
Which is something that I think is a fundamental issue within our community, is the fact that we are so willing and ready to walk away from each other than to figure this out. But what really burdens your grits and what really makes you upset, Dr. Umar, is that you sat there on that live, that panel for an hour and a half with commercial breaks and all of that, and your little jumping. And every time I opened my intelligent mouth, your little got a little harder. And you were just so enthralled with this black queen that was spitting this knowledge. And even if you didn't agree with everything that I was saying, down for it. Because when it comes down to the women that you claim that you like on that panel, I was her. It's giving skin. It was giving fresh face. It was giving no. It was giving, I'm not giving it to everybody. It was giving African kente cloth. It was giving all of the things, and set it up that way for a reason. I didn't go in and put on lashes or overdo my makeup. I barely brushed my because I didn't want people to turn around and say, you can only fool us if you have all of that going on. You can only trick us if you have all of that going on. You can only be a woman if you have all of that going on.
Okay, so Hope Giselle is saying some very interesting things that, for me, don't make any sense. Now, what Hope is saying is like, oh, you're getting turned on by me in so many words, and you were feeling me as a beautiful black queen. And that's not the case. I mean, Umar Johnson is he's very nice to women, or at least the people he considers are women. And so Hope Giselle, the fact that, Umar Johnson, you think that he was trying to talk to you, it would be different if Umar Johnson was trying to get into your inbox or something like that, or Umar Johnson was trying to flirt with you. You have no evidence of him saying that outside of the fact that, he paid you a compliment on how you look. I mean, hell, even I said, oh yeah, she's attractive. And I had no idea what was going on. But that even if that's the case, that Umar Johnson felt that you were just the most sexiest person on earth, there is no real evidence of Umar Johnson sending you any kind of, hey, I want to get with you. Hey, I want to talk to you. Obviously, he had no idea who you were, and he didn't really have any idea who you were after the show. So he doesn't really care. The issue is that Umar has certain principles that he lives by, just like you have principles in which you live by. And he said that he would have still shown up to Fox Soul, but being that you are a trans activist and a person that was, as he would say, he calls the person altered male, he would have had a different conversation for somebody in your position. That's what it was. He was giving you a conversation for who we thought was a cis woman, and not a conversation of somebody he would have approached to as a trans woman. And so furthermore, also with Tammy Mack, that he felt that this should have been something that he should have been aware of. Hey, listen, you have one person who is a single mom, and then you have another person who is a trans woman that want to debate the issues of the day. Do you want to participate in this episode or not? That way, if he makes a statement clearly saying that, hey, you beautiful queens or whatever, something like that, then it doesn't come off as if, Umar Johnson is into, the trans ladies, when clearly that is not the case. Umar Johnson is a lot of things, but, being, I think, like, not straightforward for how he feels about things is definitely not him. I believe he definitely calls it for how he sees it. And he would have had a different response for that person. Now, this person is talking about other things that make no sense. Talking about who he's turned on, no proof. You want me, no proof. Cursing and saying all these things which are egregious. And the point is, he should have been let know. That's the point. We're getting away from that. He should have been notified of who he was talking to and why he was talking to them. That's it. Are you upset that he called you that you're in a sexually altered male and called you bruh? I think you take umbrage with that. So, but if you were born an actual male, he's only talking about what is true. You were born a male and now you're trans. That's what trans means. You're born a male and now that you're somebody else. That's what he's talking about. So, I mean, again, I think Hope is talking about something that is not the case here. The case is he was misled of what he was dealing with, especially with somebody of his magnitude, of somebody of his belief system. And I think having that conversation with Hope, believing that Hope was what you would consider born a legit female or cis female, is something that goes against his principles. That's it. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. We're out.